So what I can do is shift the energy and ask you, like, watch, put your hands like this in front of you or far away from each other. Okay. I'm going to send a frequency to pull your hands. Tell me when you feel your hands pulling closer together.
They're feeling that.
Now,
they're coming together, huh?
right. And you know how I'm doing it? I'm sending a one frequency to you. That's it. It's a solid mental frequency that has my emotions in it. And that's what magic is. When people talk about magic or sorcery or all those ancient things that people talk about, your body is a living consciousness made up of energy. It wants to be able to move energy and affect energy. That's why you exist, or you wouldn't choose to exist. So when I had you put your hands up, all I had to do was focus a frequency strong enough over your belief system or your idea of what you believe is possible, and use it as an energy engine to be able to bring your hands together. So it's called willpower. Okay. Now, the difference is most people use their will against themselves and against other people. They think, they gossip, they talk, they look at things, they see things, they judge people. All of that is energy, and all of that is affecting life. And that's why we have people like Putin and all these things you see happening in the world, because they're showing us how we've been acting internally, and it's playing out on the grand stage of life. Well, the same is with health and how we develop in the future. If we decide to create a model for health that allows us to be able to regenerate the body and do all of these different things, we're going to have to understand frequency. We're going to have to understand sound, frequency, energy, and how it connects to the living organism of the elemental spirit that has made up our body that comes from nature. So again, when we talk about Dr. Emoto, we go back to, if I took, let's say, a flower and played frequency at the flower that is a vibrational tone that is destructive, that flower will die. That is showing me that if that is what happens to the flower, then that's what's happening to me. And if we can begin to understand that very strong understanding of what that means, then we will change the way in which we communicate to ourselves, communicate to each other, think about things, and send frequencies through our feelings to each other and to ourselves. We will become more in tune to develop a new way of communicating and a new way of integrating communication into life with others, ourselves, and nature, and so forth, so that we are not destroying the cell. The nucleus of the cell is affected by vibrational frequencies that can implode the center of the cell and cause deterioration. That is a lot of information, but not so difficult for us to shift in a short amount of time if we choose to.
Yeah, there's that choice, of course, that comes with the awareness. Once you become aware of something, you choose to whether you embrace it or not. How would you then, though, work on the belief system? Because that's where I see a lot of people find problems, because they're saying something, but deep down they may have a even subconscious or unconscious belief system running that negates that. So many people believe in, the law of attraction and want to attract something, but can't. And they keep saying, I'm, focused on it, but underlying there may be something even from childhood or anything like that. There's a belief system that's in there that's stopping them. How would you go about, what would you say to someone like that, even on trying to change the energies there, or what a lot of people say, Ho'oponopono or some, different practices, try and get you back to zero, get rid of those corrupt belief systems in your brain?
Okay. So first of all, your brain is a conductor. So your brain is not sitting in your brain. It's sitting outside of your brain and affecting the way that your brain is conducting it through your system. So your brain in itself is basically generating those frequencies that it's comfortable with, that you have become comfortable with, and that you continue to ask it to generate. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, for instance, a person has been hurt in a relationship in the past and they want to create a different type of relationship, but they say, oh, I have belief systems of the past that hurt me. Not necessarily. That is what the world has told you with its understanding of psychology and so forth, because psychology is also an outdated practice. The understanding in shamanism is that you keep going back to that frequency. And that means you have unfinished business with that frequency. You have not cleared or alchemized that frequency into something different. That means you keep going back to that frequency. So your brain being that it's a conductor has only one purpose, which is to protect you and also to support you in whatever it is that you're doing. So wherever we say in shamanism, wherever your mind sits is where your spirit creates from. So if you are sitting in the past, focusing on that, then you'll keep creating it in your future and your next future and your next future, because everything you see that's happening right now has come from your past systems of what you chose to put your energy to. So what happens tomorrow is what you're doing right now. And so whatever you focus on right now will create your tomorrow and your next month. So that being said, belief systems are not, sketched into your being like a lot of people like to believe. The unconscious mind, the subconscious mind is holding on to beliefs. No, your subconscious mind and unconscious mind is only holding on to that which you keep giving power to. So if you are constantly every morning got up and start seeing a red car, and then you keep looking for another red car, and then you look for another red car, and you do that for maybe a day and a half or 2 days, for the rest of the week, you're going to see red cars, because your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind realizes that that is what you want more of, because that's what you keep focusing on. So we're going to give you more of it because that's what our job is. So then all of a sudden you keep seeing red cars all the time. And the thing is, the moment you decide, I'm not going to look at red cars anymore, I'm going to focus on this, your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind will send you one more test to see if that is the very thing that you choose to sit in. And when you deny it, and that's not what you want, then it stops creating it for you. Human beings only recreate that which they call a belief system. Anything that is a belief is a frequency. It's not a word. Words have frequency. Sound has frequency. Color has frequency. Thoughts and emotions have frequency. It's just a frequency. The longer you stay in it, the more it tells your brain, your conductor, to conduct more of it. The longer you stay in it, it tells your emotions, because your conductor has told your emotions that you want more of it. Right? So like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a quick example. I want you to say, mind. I want you to conduct the frequency of unconditional love.
I want you to conduct the frequency of unconditional love.
And I want you to share it with the emotions.
And I want you to share it with the emotions.
Right now.
Right now. And you start to.
What just happened?
You start to, influence, I feel like, and start to feel that you are self-love, that you are, abundant.
That's only because you've asked the mind to conduct it.
So much of this relies on what you talk to yourself with, right? Your self-love and your words.
You can talk if you choose inwardly.
Because that's a vibration, right?
Frequency is frequency. You generate it all the time. You're a creator. So watch. Think of a negative thought.
Okay.
Get it in your head. All right. And I'm gonna send a frequency to you to get rid of it.
Okay.
What happened?
It went from the negative thought to I am love.
Exactly. Because that's exactly what I said in my head. And I projected it towards you.